من ربك ربي الله ما دينك ديني الإسلام.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Deen Matters Family Edition. Any family you go, there's a gap. There seems to be something that's preventing people from really connecting. Dr. Slimi, why is there a generational gap among families?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's true there is a gap, or you can call it as well a break or a schism between generations, but that's a natural thing. Not only in a family setting, at workplace, you have the very experienced engineers versus the new engineers. But why is there a gap in communication between parents and children, which I think that's what you're heading to? Very normal. The values may be the same, but the way they were taught to people are different. The very common concern is we can't communicate to them that these are our values, our principles. It's very normal because when you grow up in a context, the environment is very, very important. The values, the culture, the customs, all these things, they come into play. So when parents try to convey something to their children would say, why can't we do this? What are the restrictions? We're not seeing them because society, might not be necessarily the religion, has set those norms. They might not be really norms or customs. And parents see through those norms, quote unquote, or customs. So children say, why can't we do this? What's wrong with this? They're using their instinct. They're judging. They're analyzing. And very good example is, for instance, why can't we have friends who are from a different faith? Especially those very conservative families, they say, no, you don't have friends, because the concern is they may, influence them. You lived with probably in an environment where you kept your family, due to persecution sometimes, due to racism, you grew up in a family that is always concerned about the external influence. Could be the environment that you grew up, the friends and all of that. And we'll discuss more about that in the future.
Dr. Slimi, parents who are watching this may come from a generation where it's all about survival. You land in this country, North America, in the Western world, and all you're doing is survive. What's the main difference between that and our youth today?
Survival is not a bad thing. Survival is good. So if you grew up in an environment, many immigrants had tough life when they came here. And they made it easy, and that's something we're going to discuss maybe next time, is we made life easy for our children, and because we're survivors, I'm just saying, as parents. And then the idea of being in a survival mode was not in the experience of the children. But that translates also in how you deal with others, with your neighbors, friends, your school friends. And now you're trying to tell your child, be careful. But then the child says, well, there's nothing wrong with my friend. He's a nice person. Because the child is seeing humanity in another child, hasn't experienced other things. So maybe that's where the gap of communication. Rather than focusing on such things, we should equip our children, equip them with immunity and strength. Focus on making them strong when they make a decision and when they choose who their friends are. Rather than warning them, be careful, be careful. It's good to be careful, but when you have someone strong, give them strength, and then tell them, be careful from anyone taking away your strength. It makes a big difference in how you approach such, communication gap with the children.
Well, definitely this is a topic that is requiring more in-depth conversation. Our families, our parents, the generation that came before have built this household, and now the youth are enjoying it based on survival mode, and now people are wanting to live. So definitely something to explore. Thank you for spending time with us. Hit the subscribe button and feel free to leave your comments down below. Always happy to hear your thoughts. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum.